Hello everyone. We're sitting here, we're having a great day, it's Friday. Let me tell you about turning the sound system on. If it's been a while, you haven't done it in a while, and kind of the new process. A lot of things stayed the same, but let's walk through it. So you would come up to the booth from the balcony, or from downstairs to the balcony, and your first switch is under here, and it's on your far right. There's a power strip with a switch. You're gonna throw that on first. When you throw that on, give it just a second, let the board come up. All this takes a few minutes, so you don't want to come up 2 minutes before service to do this. Remember to do this with plenty of time so that you're not in a predicament and you're rushing. So kind of let the board come to life. Now that it's kind of giving you this screen with the board and giving you the logo, over here it says Amplifier Power. This is your main power for your sound system. We're going to turn this key, push in a little bit on the key, turn it to the right where it says on, and this will power the entire sound system up. So we're gonna let everything come to life. We're gonna give it a few minutes and let everything be ready to go. All right, let's let it go, let it go. We should be at a good place. Now, typical fashion, the soundboard should fire up where it was left off at the last service or rehearsal or whatever has been done. It should be good to go. Something we've done a little bit different, which here is different. This master slid down. If the master slides down like it did, you want to make sure that this is always at 0. The red fader is always at 0. Do not touch. Sometimes it might slide down, so just make sure it's at 0. Something else with the board is you see where it says custom. You want to make sure both of those are lit up, and this is everything in front of you that you need for a typical Sunday. We've done something a little bit different. We have the house, which is the room. It's on its own fader. Video, this is a feed directly to the video system. And then we have guest. So these things are all together. Guest, you probably never use. If somebody comes and needs a feed of what you're sending, there's a cable underneath here for that. It's labeled guest, but that's what that's for. So now that everything's on, up and running and good to go, you basically will turn on what's needed and run the fader accordingly. We've EQ'd and dialed things in where you have plenty of room. The faders, if you notice, are below the 0 line, typically, or right at it. There's a little bit of headroom, so if someone's a little softer, you've got some room before feedback. If it's a week where you don't have someone to help monitor that, is a direct feed off of this soundboard. What the room's getting, the video's getting. And that's labeled here at video. Okay, that's the one that's on the main page. So you would just turn that up or down accordingly from the mix. What I would suggest is whoever is monitoring the video, I would have them get good levels on that soundboard over there first and make sure they have good levels. And hopefully you do not have to move that, but in a pinch, hey, the video is way too loud. Hey, no problem, I've got it right here. You can bring it down, the audio on the video. Hey, the video needs more volume, then you can turn it up for them. But hopefully you guys can get that set up, and that should be easy to go with, and you should be good. So let's say you've had a good Sunday, everything's good, and what you have is good. Let's talk about storing. You definitely want to store when you're done. Storing's key. So what I tell everybody with storing is, for example, everybody's happy with what we did Sunday. It says B08, that's the B scene. You take your thumb and just touch that. We're gonna store on 8. There's it makes sure it's on the right scene, 8. Brian C. Masters, what we did. Okay. Okay, so everything's stored. Let's say you've gotten everything done for the day, and you'll come over first thing again. We're gonna go backwards this time. When you turn the sound system on, it's the soundboard and the equipment and the amps. When you turn the sound system off, you go backwards and do the amps first. So we're gonna turn the amps off first. Give that just a second. I've been told it's instant, but we'll just give it just a second, just in case. Okay, let's say it's done. We'll come under here to the right side of this power strip. You'll feel a switch, and all this turns off. Something I was just telling the team here, when you're done, always pull faders down. Okay? Because the faders get out of calibration if they're not down to the bottom of the mixer. That way when they turn on, they sync up accurately, and it keeps the life of your faders long lasting. But yeah, that's how then you'd walk away. And hopefully you had a good day and everything worked well, and it was a good Sunday for everybody.